y'all are here for. So we're just gonna, good job, baby. We're just gonna jump in. So the first book that I have that I read for February, I didn't really read in February. I beta read and ARC read it, but it ended up in February because that's when I was able to finally post my review, because I was a horrible procrastinator to my friend and author, Thea Claire. Thea is a North Texas native, and I've actually known her for longer than I care to admit, just because of my age. I gave Four Letter Words, the second book in the Recovering Good Girls series, 5 stars. It will, or it already is on Kindle Unlimited. It was published February 7th. That's why I did my review in February, right before it released. It has a lot of fun tropes, and it is a contemporary romance. You're following Saoirse Bradley, who has been through some traumatic things, and she's a recovering good girl. Like the other one, Go Find Les. And I have my review here. So it is on Kindle Unlimited if you'd like to read it. Like I said, I gave it 5 stars. Basically, it is set in North Texas, and North Texas weather is absolutely bonkers, and a young man decides to relocate him and his daughter and former rugby player brother to Texas to get a fresh start on life. And lo and behold, a Texas twister happens and other things go wrong, and then some faulty wiring causes their new house, or new to them, go up in flames. So from a one-night stand of accidental meeting, the story continues to grow, and you find a lot of personal growth in both characters and the surrounding characters. I cannot do this book justice by myself, so I would definitely check it out for yourself. You do not have to read Go Find Les first. You can jump in to Four Letter Words if you'd like without reading Go Find Les, but if you want that kind of the world gets smaller building, I would recommend starting with Go Find Les, which was my favorite. And fun fact, the high school mentioned in Go Find Les is the high school I went to. And there's a scene that takes place in the high school that I can attest happened many a times, and it was horrible. Alright, next up is my book of the month read that was actually from December. Sorry, my dog has her new bone. That's that sound. The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ally Carter. It currently has an average rating of 3.95 stars with 16,302 reviews. They've described it as a Knives Out gets rom-com twist. Neither here nor there. I gave it 4 stars. It was bingeable, read it in less than 24 hours. It was fun, cute, not overly heavy on the holiday stuff, so you probably could get away with it like I did, just reading it on a cold day if you're a mood reader. Although it does take place over a few days leading up to Christmas and Christmas Day. It's kind of background to all the mayhem happening. I really can't summarize it without giving too much away, because it's a very short book, a very short read. Book of the month picked it, if that's any weight to you. It was cute. The end was a little choppy and a little rushed, but like I said, I gave it 4 stars. I had a good time reading it. My next read was also an ARC read. Four Letter Words I beta read and ARC read. I forgot to mention that. But my next ARC read was Deception, Death, and the Divine, a From Loathing to Lovers collection novella. So Lindsay Rodden, my dear sweet friend, wrote this, and it is in a collection, but you will be able to get it, I believe, on Amazon on the 10th of March, just in a few days. So Death, Deception, and the Divine is a little bit more of a darker romance, please read the trigger warnings. I did not, and I was blindsided. But with that said, I still gave her 5 stars. It was wonderful. It has a bunch of like Shadow Daddy type trope to it, and death and the divine hate each other. Well, the divine hates death. She's creating and he's trying to kill all her creations. Whatever will they do? Deception, Death, and the Divine currently has a 4.3 average star rating on Goodreads with 7 reviews. She is also a North Texas native, and I love her dearly, so please give Lindsay and Thea some love. Next was my DNF of the month. I DNF'd One Among Crows, Cursebearer, #1 by Veronica Roth. I have read other works by Veronica Roth, and her stories don't really get a lot of room to breathe. She kind of rushes through, and I was over halfway through this, and I did not care if these characters lived or died. And so I put it down, because I am also working my way through the Eka saga, and I wanted to read more of my boy Asher. So, One Among Crows, you're following a cursed something or other that eats off or lives off of people's fear, and a boy that knows more about this secret society than he should, or like the other side of the veil or whatever. And like I said, I really didn't care if they lived or died, if they got the sword or broke the crusade or whatever. Like most of Veronica Roth's stories, it takes place in Chicago. I think all of hers do. I gave it 2 stars. I did not write a review because I DNF'd it. I didn't feel like I could really write a review. Currently has an average of 3.72 stars with 4,141 reviews. Maybe you'll like it. If you're a huge fan of Veronica Roth, you probably will. I've seen other people love this story. Just didn't hook it for me. My next read was Emily Henry's Beach Read. I did give it 4 stars. I had seen other people review this book and say that Beach Read is not, in fact, a beach read, that it is a little more sad and, yes, baby. Yay! A little more sad and sorrowful. And they are correct. Good job. Oh my goodness. Okay. So it is a little more sad and sorrowful. It has an average rating of 3.99 stars. I think that is because most people are blindsided by the fact that the title and the cover are very beachy, summery, and with other Emily Henry books, they're more funny, like funny story and the other one. I don't know. I DNF'd People We Meet on Vacation last month because it wasn't that good. And Beach Read, although I did give it 4 stars, I did feel like it kind of teetered for me. You'll see it when you get there. 2 competing authors end up moving into houses next door to each other through happenstance, and they're going to teach each other how to write each other's genres. So she is a happily ever after writer, and he is a horror, or they don't get a happy ending at the end. So she's going to write a book that doesn't end happily, and he's going to write a book that has a happily ever after. Shenanigans continue, but it does have a lot of heart and soul to it. So maybe have some tissues close by if you're sensitive to some of those things. Next up was another ARC read. This one was through NetGalley. It's called Save the Date by Allison Raskin. I gave it 3 stars, but I could take it down to 2 if you ask me about it too many times. Although I feel like some rom-coms do require you to set aside rational reality every once in a while, this one called into play quite a bit. Okay. It has a current rating of 3.61 average stars with 71 reviews. It claims it was web smart. That's the first thing that popped up on Goodreads when I clicked on it. Not really. It had some witty moments and it was cute in some parts, but the whole idea of swapping one groom who's jilted you a few months before the wedding for another is a little crazy. And there is someone in the book who says it's crazy as well. My next and final read was also an ARC read, also from NetGalley, The Love Haters by Catherine Center. 5 stars for me all the way. It is expected May 20th. Katie Vaughn is going to go film the Coast Guard for a promo video from Dallas, where she's never learned how to swim. And I think Catherine Center did such an amazing job capturing the way servicemen go into the zone and they think, and then Katie's dialect with herself, I loved. Other people have said they did not like that part as much, but I did. So there it is. Those are the books I've read. If you want more in-depth reviews, you can always check out my Goodreads. Let's see, how many have I read? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you don't count 4-letter words and my DNF. So, and I am currently back to reading the Echo Saga, or All of Vendera, from Philip Quintrell. So hopefully at some point I will have a review for The Rise of the Ranger out, and then the rest of the books, which I think there are 9 total in that series. So that is my current reading goal. Drop a comment, let me know what you read for February, or what was your favorite book, or if you read anything I've read, if you agree or disagree. Thanks guys!